This is macOS Ken.
Apple Pay and Apple Card news. Twitter may not have been totally forthcoming about the Grok thing. And a bit of hardware news for you. It is Friday, the 16th of January, 2026. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from macOS Ken. Brought to you by yours truly and sponsored by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform for growing your presence online. Get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain with offer code macOSKen at squarespace.com/macOSKen. This show is also sponsored by Copilot Money, designed to make your money feel clear, calm, and fully yours. It is never too late to turn over a new leaf. If you want to work harder on financial health, Copilot Money has a deal for you right now. For a limited time, new users who sign up at try.copilot.money/macOSKen get 26% off your first year. That's 26% off for 2026 after a 2-month free trial with offer code macOSKen. The Copilot Money dashboard is the place to start. It lets you view new transactions, budget categories, recurring charges, important stuff to keep track of. While Copilot Money features AI-powered spending categorization, the fully customizable categories, rules, and notifications let you tweak the app to exactly what you need. And you can use it anywhere, with apps for iPhone, iPad, and the Mac, as well as a beautiful new interface on the web. Copilot Money has been featured by Apple for its gorgeous design and as a smart way to save money, and you can try it for no money. Get a 2-month free trial with offer code macOSKen and 26% off your first year for new users when you sign up at try.copilot.money/macOSKen. Copilot Money. Your money beautifully organized now across every device at try.copilot.money/macOSKen. Apple Pay in China now works outside China. Apple issued a press release Thursday letting the Middle Kingdom know that its contactless payment solution has added cross-border payment support. According to a machine translation of the release, that'll let residents of mainland China use Visa credit and debit cards issued by local banks when they travel. Talking up the feature was Jennifer Bailey, VP of Apple Pay and Apple Wallet. She's quoted as saying, "With the further expansion of the cross-border payment function of Apple Pay in mainland China, we are making the travel experience smoother and safer so that users can complete the payment with peace of mind around the world." It is seriously fun to read a statement that went from English through a translator into another language, then back through machine translation into English. It's the little things, people. It's the little things. 8 banks appear to be on board for now, supporting cross-border payment with China Union Pay. Another 4 banks are expected to join in the coming months. It's currently Visa credit and debit cards only, as mentioned earlier, though MasterCard is said to be joining the mix in the coming months as well. I doubt the world has to worry about the health of JPMorgan Chase, though, as the new banker behind Apple Card, we're probably going to start paying attention to it. The Wall Street Journal ran a piece earlier this week that had the bank reporting a 7% drop in fourth quarter profit versus the same quarter a year ago. What hit them? 2 things: a miss on investment banking and money put up for the Apple Card business. Last week, says the Journal, JPMorgan said it would be acquiring the Apple credit card program from Goldman Sachs, which led JPMorgan to take an extra $2.2 billion with a B dollar charge for potential future loan losses on the roughly $20 billion in balances. That dragged down the quarter's results by 60 cents per share according to the bank. Kind of looks like Apple and Google may still need to do something about Grok, which is to say Grok is still violating the developer agreement of both Apple's App Store and the Google Play Store. After saying on Wednesday that they had implemented technological measures to prevent the Grok account from allowing the editing of images of real people in revealing clothing such as bikinis, and that the restriction applies to all users, including paid subscribers, a piece from the Washington Post says they actually haven't stopped Grok from doing that. They've just stopped Grok from posting it on Twitter. The ability to produce such material remains functional on the standalone Grok app, according to the Post. After his whole blame the user thing on Wednesday, the report says Twitter owner Elon Musk later said that in the US, when users have an explicit content setting enabled, Grok would allow for the upper body nudity of imaginary adult humans, not real ones. The image would be consistent, he said, with what could be observed in an R-rated movie. Yet that might be passable if it were true. Seems to not be, though. On Thursday, the paper says, the Grok app would still generate undressed images of real people, which they tested by trying it on a real Washington Post journalist. Written responses from Apple and Google to a letter from members of the U.S. Congress asking why Grok is still in their respective app stores are due 1 week from today. I hope they make those letters public. Apple's apparently got a new external display on the way. 9to5Mac says some sort of something has reportedly appeared in a Chinese regulatory database. According to the report, the filing apparently reveals a new monitor that will be equipped with a high-performance LCD display. There aren't any other details about specifications, and it's not clear if the filing is referring to a new version of the Studio display or the Pro Display XDR. A crazy question, does this lend credence to the thinking from Mac rumors that new MacBook Pro models are coming soon? We talked yesterday about that site's suspicion that new MacBook Pros could hit by the end of this month in lockstep with the new Apple Creator Studio subscription service. A fancy new external display could fit nicely with those and with that. 9to5Mac notes that as well. The site also points out that the machine showing up in a regulatory database could indicate that it's coming sooner rather than later. From hinted hardware to stuff you may want to sell, Apple on Thursday updated its trade-in values for hardware it makes, as well as some Android devices, according to a report from Mac Rumors. For most things, making the trade last week would have been a better deal. Looking over the Mac Rumors piece, everything Apple makes either went down or stayed flat, with Macs being a notable exception. While trade-in value stayed the same or fell $10 to $30 for most devices, Mac values went up for the most part, anywhere from $80 to nearly $2,000 in one case. My immediate thought was that had to do with the memory crunch and the hurt that is expected to put on PC sales, though the Mac Rumors take is a bit different. That site sees previous Mac trade-in values as unreasonably low. The current values seem more realistic in the site's estimation. Anyway, maximum trade-in values have changed. You can see the full list for yourself on Apple's site. More news in a moment, but first a word from today's sponsor, Squarespace, the all-in-one platform for growing your presence online. Want to know what's doing well on your site? I dig the Squarespace Analytics. Their built-in tools let you know how people are hitting your site, desktop, mobile, tablet, what OS they're using, what browser they're using, and, really importantly, what they're spending time on your site. that can help you know what you should spend time on your site. Whether you're offering services, digital goods, or physical stuff, Squarespace has a ton of tools to help. From selling one-off online experiences to shipping things around the world, the one site for your customers or followers is the one place to build your site, grow your brand, and grow your bottom line. See what you can do with a free trial at squarespace.com/MacOSKen. Then when you're ready to launch, use offer code MacOSKen to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. See what you can do with Squarespace. Go to squarespace.com/MacOSKen for a free trial. Then use offer code MacOSKen for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Squarespace, the all-in-one platform for growing your presence online. Get started today at squarespace.com/MacOSKen. News that's probably somewhere between sad and frustrating for MacPaw. They're a sponsor of MacOSKen, though that's not why I'm telling you this story today. I'm telling you the story because it is news. A piece from 9to5Mac says the maker of Clean My Mac and the application subscription service Setapp has decided to nix the Setapp version for iPhone. 9to5Mac says Setapp Mobile was one of the first to the third-party App Store game after the EU forced iPhone open to third-party app stores. It's apparently not gone as well as they had hoped. The piece says the landing page for Setapp Mobile now redirects to an announcement on a support page. Tapping that redirect takes users to this message: Setapp Mobile is scheduled to sunset on the 16th of February 2026 due to still evolving and complex business terms that don't fit Setapp's current business model. All Setapp mobile apps will be removed from the platform on this date. If you've used apps via Setapp Mobile, please make sure to transfer your data in advance, as it will no longer be accessible after the sunset. To this point, the report says Setapp Mobile has offered access to the paid versions of more than 50 iPhone apps for a single monthly subscription without any in-app purchase or ads. Folks who want to keep using some or all of those apps may have to start individual subscriptions instead. Setapp for Mac is unaffected, according to 9to5Mac. Flyers can now enjoy select Apple TV titles on Air France. Mac Rumors says the airline on Thursday announced the inclusion of some of Apple's shows on each passenger's individual screen. There are 45 hours of video available for passengers on long-haul flights, according to the report. Available in French and English, offerings include the first 3 episodes of Ted Lasso, The Morning Show, Severance, Prehistoric Planet, The Snoopy Show, and others. There are also plans to offer a free week of Apple TV to flyers. That's apparently part of a promo for the airline's new high-speed Wi-Fi portal, though that's not expected until later this year. And finally today, if you're in downtown Montreal today or the outskirts of Houston, Texas, you're a stone's throw from Apple's 2 newest stores. Mac Rumors ran a piece late last week that had those 2 locations opening today. Starting with a little less pomp, the piece says Apple Baybrook in Friendswood, Texas is moving back to its original location. It's been in a temporary spot in the same mall for a bit during the renovation. Doors on the new Old Digs open today at 10 a.m. local time. Now, with no offense intended to our friends in Friendswood, Montreal's Apple St. Catherine is a bigger deal. Also, opening today at 10 a.m. local time, Mac Rumor says the new store will be in a historic building at the northeast corner of Rue St. Catherine and Rue de la Montagne in Montreal, the most populous city in the Canadian province of Quebec. Apple renovated the building over the past few years. Additionally, the company worked with local artist Catherine Potvin on art for the facade that blocked the construction. She also designed bags that'll be given away at certain times over the opening weekend and special wallpapers for iPhone, iPad, and the Mac. macOS Ken, brought to you by me and sponsored by Copilot Money. Get a 2-month free trial with offer code MacOSKen at try.copilot.money/MacOSKen. This show is also sponsored by Squarespace. Get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain with offer code MacOSKen at squarespace.com/MacOSKen. Advertising handle by Backbeat Media. Online at backbeatmedia.com. You can find me on Mastodon, MacOSKen at mastodon.social. You can also send me an email, info@macosken.com. Until next time, that is news from macOS Ken. I'm Ken Ray.
Ciao.